Hi, my love. This is going to be your layers of you reading. First off, I just got to say I am really excited to be reading for you. I love the kind of work you do, and you've read for me, so it's only nice to return the favor. So because of this, I'm going to actually light my Lucid Dreamer candle. I just feel really like, oh, it smells so good. I just feel really called to light this. So I'm going to light it right now. And then we will get started on your reading. Yes. Oh, so excited. I love beautiful candles. So I just think that they're just so precious. And make sure I don't light my crow card on fire. So we'll put you over here. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna, I don't want to light incense today. I'm just gonna, spray. I'm gonna spray the room with my sacred sage. Yes. Spray myself. Oh, oh my God, I love candles. They're so soothing. Okay. So the layers of you reading is done in 5 pieces. The first one we're going to do is look into your current energy. Then we're going to look at the love life, the career and finances, the spiritual journey, and your future forecast. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to work with the Rider-Waite, of course. I think I'm going to use my Psychic Tarot. I really love this deck. I have so many decks on the table right now, so it's just they're out of view. They're all stacked over here on the corner. And then I have my chakra cards. Love these. Let's do Native Spirit. Okay. So let's look into your energy first. We're gonna just tap right in. Okay, so what I'm seeing is a split. I'm seeing a split with you. Like there's two energetic modes that you tap into when you are on your day-to-day. First mode is work mode, okay? So work mode when you are doing what you do, and for the sake of the video being, you know, I'm going to keep you anonymous so that we don't, no one's all nosy and like knows who you are. But there's the work mode, and then there is the domestic wife mode, okay? You know, mommy mode, basically. And what I feel like is there's different chakra energies that you are utilizing for both modes. And at times, you are so depleted with the upper chakras because you are super connecting when you are doing your readings, that when you go into mommy mode, you're so depleted energetically that you're using the rest of your sources, which are your lower chakras, your grounding, your creative energy, your nurturing energy. And then by the end of the day, you're just completely done. So what we want to do is, I feel grounding is a major energetic outlet that you need to start doing for yourself. So I just pulled the nurturing and the family card. So definitely like what I was saying, family, you're in that mode, okay? When you're in your family mode, you need to be 100% in family mode. You don't like to be the version that you are when you were doing your readings. It's kind of like it's 2 personalities, 2 type of people. And I feel like you like that. You like to separate your work from your family life, which is actually a good thing. Because if you blend it, you're just kind of 24/7 doing that. And I mean, I know for me, I do the same thing. I blend when I need to, but for the most part, I keep my work separate from my family time. The nurturing card is at the core. So this isn't just nurturing, you know, the child. This is nurturing self. Okay. So what I'm seeing is with the current energy that you're dealing with, there is a need for nurturing the self. And then we have I am present, which is a really strong one for you, I feel. It's kind of showing that in order for you to maintain being grounded and to maintain a sense of like a peaceful state of mind, to be sane, you got to be in the present moment. Living in the present. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future. Enjoy the day-to-day in the present. And I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with the kind of work you do. And I feel like you do that on the daily. You will look up what the, you know, what are the astrological transits for today? How can I utilize this for myself? You know, I think you do that. Just like I'll pull cards for myself. Maybe sometimes not always in the mornings, but I'll do it in the nights. So that's just our way of connecting. And I feel like you need to do more of that, you know, not just looking at the transits for everyone else, but also mostly for yourself. We have the shadow, we have the truth, and we have the trapped in fear in reverse. This is you coming out of your shell, I'm seeing, okay? So in your current energy state, you're coming out of your shell lately. You've been getting a lot more recognition, a lot more attention for the work you're doing. You're probably seeing yourself leveling up in a way that you didn't think you were going to be doing as quickly. So I feel like you've been evolving fast, which is a good thing, but it's also placing you in a state of being in a little bit more of an uncomfortable, or, you know, anytime something is new, anytime an experience is new and we're not used to it, it could be uncomfortable. So I feel like for you, you've had to face some fears, and that could be fears of maybe not receiving positive feedback from a reading, fears of connecting with somebody that you're not really wanting to read for, and how do you deal with that situation? Because the more clients that you receive, I feel like the more connections you're going to be making, and not all of them are positive, you know. And I feel like also you're seeking your inner truth. You're kind of seeing that as this is what I'm destined to be doing in my life. And it's starting to really evolve for you. It's not just a side hobby anymore. It's really turning into something that this is something that you can literally survive off of. And we'll look more into that when we do your finances. The trapped in fear card in reversed is definitely guiding you. Let me open the window just a little bit. I feel like it's a little dark. The trapped in fear card in reverse is really guiding you to come out of your fears. Don't let them barricade you. Don't let them hold you back. Okay? So you're being guided to come out of it. Facing face to face, facing your fears, facing the shadow aspect of your career path of choice. Doing what you do it's exciting, it's fun, it's something you love, but you're probably starting to see the depleted portion of it. Feeling super exhausted now. Really trying to juggle your family time and your personal work time. I feel like that's kind of what's coming through. And you didn't think you would have to deal with that so soon, but now it's starting to come out. So the tarot cards that I'm seeing, we have the Page of Cups and we have the Page of Swords. Pages of Cups are like you're the messenger of the soul kind of thing, which is what you're doing. But the Page of Swords to me is almost like, just be very careful that you don't take on more than you can handle, okay? You may get to the point now, and I feel like this is more so for the finances, but like I said, we'll jump into that. But I feel like your current energy is you need to learn to make the most of the time that you have and put your energy first. Put your state of mind first, your peaceful state of mind first, your needs first. Your clients will always be there. But if you need a day off, or if you need, you know, like I'm not going to do any readings before 12 o'clock. You have to start setting your boundaries. And I feel like that's what's starting to transpire here. The Temperance card to me is talking about balance, maintaining balance in your spiritual state, but also with your physicality or your family state. Okay, so that's going to start to transpire for you. That's what's going to be starting to come up, and it's going to be really important that you hold that space for yourself. I hate when the card gets stuck. I hate when the card gets stuck in the box. Okay, my Native Spirit Oracle is so sacred. I love this deck. I use this for myself all the time. So I wanted to pull a card for you because this is going to be your homework. So I'm just asking that your guides reveal to you the right message that you need to hear. And let's give you some homework for this reading. Warrior of the Heart. You have the gorgeous polar bear. Okay. Warrior of the Heart. You have the radiant spirit of a warrior of light. Be impeccable in all of your actions. No matter what others believe, the Creator always knows the truth. This isn't the time to be timid and pull back. Immense courage is filling you. Throw your shoulders back, step forward and take a risk. Be willing to live life from your heart rather than your mind. Honor your truth and speak up for yourself. So like I said, you're coming into this transformative phase in your life where you're one-upping, okay? To call it a spiritual awakening, it's just like you're leveling up. You are stepping into a new area of your work. You're seeing your work, your hard work, everything pay off. And so the Native Spirit wants you to know that the greatest Native warriors weren't the ones who wounded the most people. They were the remarkable beings who had such personal power that enemies would lay down their weapons rather than fight. There are times in life to step back and even times to walk away. But there are also times to stand up for yourself and those less advantaged. Don't allow yourself to be limited by your belief system. Courage doesn't mean that you aren't afraid. Fearless means just that, fear less, which is a big message for you, to fear less, okay? The journey, list everything that you're afraid of. So this is your homework. List everything that you're afraid of. Then next to the list, write every reason why it is important to overcome that fear. In other words, what does that fear cost you? Then make a list of various ways that you can overcome the fear. So, my love, your main reading, the main energy here of this reading is fear. It is facing fears. It is leveling up and walking into the unknown. Maybe you're not as comfortable with it because it's not something you've done before, but you are going to be doing great. So make a list of your fears and then start tackling those fears. What can you do to face them? What can you do to conquer them? Okay, so I wanted to pull a card from you from the Native Spirit because I find that so, it's so sacred. I love this deck. Okay, so that is your current energy right now. You have really beautiful energy, and I just feel like you are just so evolving, but you're learning the lessons of devoting time to all areas of your life, your work, your family, and yourself. Okay, so let's look at the love life. And by the way, this reading is going to be long. It's usually at least half an hour, but it can go over time. And if it gets a little bit too long, I might make it in 2 parts so it doesn't take forever to download. But get yourself comfortable and pause this if you have to. Take notes. So your love life portion, we have I am present. That's the crown chakra. We have Mother Earth and we have flexibility. I love it. Mother Earth to me is the grounding aspect, okay? That is, you are settling your roots. And so what I'm seeing here is with your love life, with your situation, with your relationship, you are needing to really be willing to plant some roots, okay? Living in the present moment with your relationship, okay? You guys don't worry so much about the future. Don't worry so much about what's going to happen next. Stay in the present moment. And I feel like that's a big lesson for you because that came up in your other energy reading. And then we have flexibility. So I guess I feel like this is probably, to me, this is one of the things that maybe you and in your relationship you guys are challenged with. Making time for one another, flexibility with your schedules, flexibility with, you know, your plans, devoting that time to one another, making it sacred. Okay. We have the Love Begins card that fell out. To me, this is a state of where your relationship, your love life is needing to be more open. Okay. Letting the floodgates open, letting your heart be open. Expressing what's on your mind when you have stuff on your mind. Expressing what is on your heart when stuff is on your heart. You and your lover are there to be support systems of one another, making sure you're openly communicating together. We have the Shadow card in reverse, so I love it. So this is kind of telling me that maybe the two of you have gone through a major shadow phase and you guys are in kind of like that state, that honeymoon state all over again. You guys may have come out of some really difficult times. Okay, you may have come out of, you know, some arguments or it could be bigger things, whatever the case may be. It's telling me that love is beginning all over again. This is an Ace card. So to me, it's like you guys had your little staticky at one point. You were staticky. You guys were maybe a little bit off kilter, but now you guys are starting fresh again. We have the Truth card in reversed. So I don't know if there is a sense of not trusting one another, or there was a sense of misunderstanding which led to not trusting or not revealing the whole truth. If that is the case, if that is like one of the things that in the relationship you guys are rocky about, that is just something for you to know that that's something that you just need to work harder towards. Okay. We have Harmony in reverse and we have Transformation in reverse. So again, if that is what is happening here, if there is a lack of trust due to a previous, maybe that's what that Shadow card was, a previous mix-up in the relationship, a misunderstanding, that is just pretty much coming up that the cards are showing that is what needs to be worked on a little bit harder, okay? And that's probably why I was sensing the flexibility card with the Ace of Cups or the Love Begins. When I said you need to let it out when you're feeling it, you guys need to communicate more. Okay, so that's like what's coming up is more communication. We have the Page of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Queen of Pentacles. So your relationship, the significant other, he or she, they, I should just say they are definitely seeing an expansion in your personal business. Okay. They are seeing you level up. They are seeing you bringing in some more money. They are seeing you becoming more of your own identity. Okay. They're supporting that. But at the same time, all they ask of you is to be a nurturer to the family. Don't forget that. Okay. So that's why I feel like in your energy reading, being flexible, being more able to balance the home life, the motherhood, and the business, it's going to be really important for you to do that, because if there's anything that you guys argue about, aside from maybe lack of trust at times, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Every relationship we have that, you know, it could also be maybe your significant other is asking you to devote more time to family or devote more time to nurturing the child or whatever the case may be. Okay. Even having another baby, because my Queen of Pentacles is a sign of pregnancy. So it could be that. It could be, you know, you're leveling up to this point of being super independent. You may be in the midst of manifesting pregnancy again. Okay. But your significant other wants to make sure that if you are pregnant again, that you're going to be willing to juggle your business and family time at the same time. So that's your personal, you know, your test to yourself. Are you capable of doing that? Okay. Let's look into the career and finances. And you know what? Since we're already hitting on 20 minutes, I'm going to stop this video and then start a new one. This way the download time won't take forever. So this is going to be the end of part 1. And then part 2 we'll do the finances, your spirituality, and your future forecast. Okay?